Freaking antlers, man. Whatever they are. I don't know if they're antlers, horns. They're in the way. He's really horny, yeah. He does have large horns. Gotta try and skim the brush. With the sight all over that section. That's good. Down over there too. On the bottom. It's his 6G antenna. Ah, that's it. He's trying to spread COVID. Is that where you're? Ah, that's a good idea, Diaboli. A little bit of chemical warfare. Skip the warp stones, dude. Go straight to 6G. Okay. Yo, Fear Dragon.
When you paint minis, can you change your alerts to jump scare sounds?
You just showing up in the chat is all the jump scare I really need, Ravi. Thank you for the 92, dude. Terrifying. Terrifying. How are you doing, dude? Hope all is well. Do you like rats? Rats are very loyal pets, guys. Especially prophets of the horned rat. They're the greatest pets of them all. So there's lots of little dents all over this armor too. Oh my god, Milo is sleeping in the cutest way. I don't think I can show you guys. Pretty sure it's gonna be invisible. Can you see him? Oh. It's very hard to see. Anyways, he's being very cute. You gotta just believe me, okay? I heard rats and cats don't get along. I don't think it does get it. No, I'm pretty sure they don't like each other very much. Let me just look at the box art real quick of Vizzik Skour. See what they have done on the official art for some of the shoulder pad details. Because, okay. Yeah, these are like, they're very large and there's not much going on, which is a bit boring. I wonder if I can mix like a little bit of, like what if I mix these two together a little bit? We kind of mix a little bit of that together with a little bit of that. Create like a little bit of like a very dark rust. Is that legal? Trying to see if I can get like a very dark orangey color in there. Because there's a lot of little dents. I guess I'll dilute it way down. There's all kinds of dents all over the armor. If I don't like this, I'll change it, but I feel like just having a large black open, whatever this is also a bit boring. Trying to smudge it around a little bit. Okay, let's let it dry. This does read a lot more like metal now, though. I feel like in the past it was a little bit... Yeah, it was a little bit too plain. I think this is better. Yeah, it looks like brushed metal. That's kind of what we're going for. I'll mix in a little tiny bit of the mithril. Just as like a... Maybe I can actually go pure mithril. Just as like a very bright little corner. Make it look extra sharp. Are mistakes reversible? Well, I can paint over it, but it takes some time. Because most of it is layered, you know? So there's like a couple of different coats. But I think that's good. I think that's good. We got a little bit of like an orangey hue in there. I wonder if we can go a little bit more extreme. Only in the bottom sections over here of these little corner pieces. And the deepest dents. Those two recesses over here, like the section over here where these two plates meet. It's just a lot of work, you know, to paint over it, but it is certainly doable. But there is no Control-Z in real life, sadly. I agree, we should have a Control-Z introduction in real life. Maybe the devs will hotfix something like that in. That would be sick. But as of right now, I haven't yet found the Control-Z button. Maybe life would suck though. It would suck though with a Control Z. Maybe it wouldn't be very fun. What about nail polish remover? If you use something that, well, I mean, you can dissolve all of the paint layers. But like isopropyl alcohol, you can like probably get off all the paint. Go back to plastic. But stripping one layer, it's easier to repaint than to strip one layer. Maybe it's possible, I don't know. I'm sure you can have like an art restoring service. Remove one tiny little probably not a great idea though. Hey, Siphon, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I guess you could varnish it. If you varnish it, it is a little bit easier to remove one little coat of paint if you're feeling really brave, you know, and you're feeling like you're gonna make some crazy decisions. I guess varnishing is the closest to Control Z, Control V you can do in this game. The game of IRL. What about nail polish remover? We sniff those. No. We don't sniff nail polish remover, okay? Well, at least I don't. You could, I don't know what you do. What about sniffing Milo and Toby? Dude, they sniff a lot. They're always sniffing. Sniffing is their default, you know? Yeah, the shoulder piece over here is a little bit boring. Not sure what the best way to spice it up is. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it is just a little bit boring. Maybe it's okay like this though. We'll just keep the ball going. Paint that S that everyone drew in high school. Dude, that S was sick though, Fear. Jeez. That'll make it look really sick. Of all the things I thought of doing, that was not something I considered. So good thing you're tuning in. Okay. 3 lines and 3 more below, then connect. Right. I'm slowly learning that I've had very few unique experiences, huh? Oh my god, Toby has also properly settled in for a nap. See him? I have 2 cats that are completely passed out in this room. They're just lounging, man. Bellies exposed. Cats don't like exposing their bellies very much. Generally, if a belly of a cat is exposed, it means they're very comfortable. Relatable. But just because my belly is exposed doesn't mean you can pet it, chat. And the same can be said for cats. It is not an invitation to pet the belly, although I do it sometimes anyways, and then I piss off my cats. I like pissing off my cats sometimes. They piss me off too. Or, yeah. They return the favor a lot more than I piss them off, you know? If I can't pet it, then why does it look so pettable? If not friend, then why friend-shaped? Right. I'm glad you guys understand. They actually don't mind it that much. They let me pet their bellies sometimes. Toby is very chill about those sorts of things. Milo in general, though, is a bit more drama. You can put Toby in a backpack and take him out. He doesn't care. He's chill. He's like, we're going where? Okay, perfect. I don't care. would like to do a tiny little bit of that brighter silver onto the very tip. Make it look a little bit sharper. Good. I have to run a little bit of rust into these little triangles here too. That's too much. Way too much. Soaking up the excess. So you can soak up the excess when it's still wet. But when it dries, it's best course of action is just to try and do it again. What's going on, Louis? Welcome, welcome. Did anybody see the, did anybody stay up to watch the Logan Paul Mike Tyson thingamajig? Apparently it was very well viewed. Apparently the Netflix servers were not having a good time because of it. It was 2 a.m. Yeah, it was very late over here too. It was horrible. What was wrong? I haven't seen it. Who won? I mean, it is a little bit funky for somebody in his 20s to be fighting a man in his 50s, right? Like, that is a little bit of a... But you know what, Chet? It's rumored that, I saw that, like, Jake Paul, or what was his name? Logan Paul, whichever one of the two. That they got, like, 40 million and Mike got, like, 20 million? Is there anybody who you would not gonna get punched by for $20 million, Chad? $20 million is a lot of money. You get to punch me for $20 million, absolutely. He managed to beat up an old man. You heard Jake Paul won, surprise. I mean, I don't know much about boxing, but I would imagine it's not too surprising for, you know, somebody half somebody else's age to win in a fist fight. I'm not in love with my green or with my black shoulder plates. I'm not sure exactly. Like, I feel like something's missing from them. They're just a little bit too eh. So in the official box art, actually, they have all kinds of like little scratches running all across them, even though that is not really modeled onto the thing. We can give that a shot. A little bit of weathering like that. Maybe that's what we need to do. Because it's just a little bit too big and plain right now for my liking. He's got a clean record against old retired boxers. Why do people hate on... I don't really know much about Jake Paul, man. Why do people hate on him again? Is there a reason, or is it just... just the internet being the internet? I'm sure Mr. Tyson hits like a truck, dude. Wasn't that his brother, though, Arcturus? Wasn't that Logan Paul? There's two of them? Yeah, there's two of them. Okay, we're gonna do random little cracks. I mean, that's what I've been doing here for a little bit already. Random little cracks all over the shoulder pad. If I don't like it, I may cover it up, but... Okay, what do you guys think of that? We have a little bit of variety going on the shoulder pad. It's a little shiny right now because it's still wet. I may add a wash over it if it's too obvious, but I think that looks nicer, yeah. It looks a little bit more aged, because it's just a bit boring. Giant open plane of shoulder. I don't really like that part too much. I just hate the spectacle on a stage for millions concept and the hype it generates. Oh yeah. I mean, that's been the case with fighting sports for a long time though, right? There's always these big media fights where ultimately both of the guys just make a stupid amount of money. And it doesn't really matter. Where they're doing a lot of forced hating of each other. But ultimately they both know that they're fighting for a shit ton of money and they're all coming out of this pretty good. Hey Milo, are you back again? Hey buddy. You wanna look at the camera? Okay. He's like, nah, I wanna look at my brother on the chair. Smells like my brother, perfect. He's trying to invite him into an engagement. Are we gonna fight? Make eye contact. Pull the chair because I know I'm not allowed to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Keep making eye contact, which is viewed in the cat world as aggression. Is Toby gonna accept the invitation, chat? That's the real question. Show the belly. This is much more interesting than Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whoever it was. $20 on Toby? Okay. Well, so far Toby's not taking a bait. At least this one isn't staged. Ayy. Was that fight staged? Okay, well, I will switch back if they actually do something. In the meantime, I have done a little bit of scratching over the front of the black shoulder pad and also over the back on that one. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, the fight has begun. Take your bets. In the left trunks, in the white trunks, we have Toby. In the black trunks, we have Milo. A little bit of ear biting, a little bit of licking. What? Is licking part of the rules in boxing? What about wrestling? Is it? Aww. Aww, this is actually kind of sweet. I have seen a video of Mike Tyson biting somebody's ear off. Dude, this never actually happens, guys. Look, I was telling you guys earlier today that these guys are starting to become friends. I have seen Milo do a little bit of cleaning like this, but this is like cleaning. Oh! Somebody had $20 on Toby. It looks like he's lost. King of the hill. Utter domination. That wasn't even close, man. GG. G fucking G. Incredible work. The loser is bailing. He's out. This is as close to freehanding as I'm gonna get, Jed. Squiggly lines. 2024 freehand. Trying to create strange looking patterns. Yeah, I think that's quite nice though. Oh, jeez.
GG Milo.
You paid up your $20 donation. There you go, dude. That is Milo's food for basically a month. I think Milo can survive off of €20 for about a month, dude. Huge Milo. Milo's paying for his stay now. Finally, he's doing something. He's contributing to the household now. I mean, he's 4 years old. I started work when I was 4. Wait, no, actually, no. Anyways, thank you very much. YouTube is down? What? Are you sure? YouTube works over here, man. It works for me, Sniper. I'm thinking of adding a full black wash over the entire shoulder pad, just to mellow it out a little bit. The scratches are nice, but I wonder if it's a little too much. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use some of that non-oil from earlier and we'll put it all over the shoulder pad. It's just gonna shade it. It's not really gonna like remove any of this, but it's gonna like mellow it out a bit, which I think is gonna look a little bit better overall. Okay. Hopefully that'll create a very subtle little bit of color variety. If I still don't like it at that point, I may paint over it. But we're not gonna do that today. That sounds like one of those things that I should leave to another time if I don't like it. Because maybe I end up liking it next time we get back, you know? Sometimes it's easy to stare at something for too long and be like, I don't like it. But then we actually come back to it at a later time. I've found that quite often so far at mini painting. I actually do like it. Stuff also tends to like look a little different when it's like drying and still has to cure properly and stuff. Okay. I think the last thing I'm gonna try and do is do a similar little process on the front section of the necklace. Or armor piece, whatever it is supposed to be. So I did quite a few steps over here in the back. First off, I did like a tiny little, almost like a dry brush over all of the chainmail. To brighten it up a little bit. And then we'll run some rust into all of the recesses. Just add some rust all over in general. Okay. I want to add a bit of a... was that this paint? Yes. I'll mix it back together. It kind of separated on my palette. I think it's because it's on a wet palette. I'll add little highlights over all of the edges here on these plates. This is some of that canoptic alloy, which is like a brownish, brassy, coppery type of color. Like a highlight color, that is. I wouldn't use this as its own paint, but for highlighting brass or copper, it looks quite good. Same for the little rings. Same on these little spiky things. Okay. There's lots of little rings all over this place. Just want to be very careful that I don't accidentally hit the head. Or the neck. But especially the head. Maybe just here, you try it on your phone or your TV and it's not loading? Huh. Yeah, sometimes YouTube has like local outages, or maybe you should try like connecting to data or to Wi-Fi or whatever. Sometimes there can be weird modem settings too. But depends on your situation. You were so excited to watch the new Lowko video, huh? And then you couldn't go onto the YouTubes. God. What a terrible day. What a horrible way to start the weekend. But at least you can watch Twitch. That's totally what happened, right? Totally. Okay. There's also little rivets all over the necklace area. Although there's not as many over here as there are on the back side, it seems. Yeah. There's a few, but a lot more visible ones on the back. Not bad. We'll let that dry for a minute. We'll need to add a little bit of that verdigris as well into some of the recessed areas, into those little lines. I want it to be quite liquid. So hopefully we can just kind of touch the brush in there and it'll just magically spread out. Okay. Trying to add a little bit of verdigris into the deepest sections here of all the coppery details. Into the cracked armor. Oh, is that live again, Tyson? I heard of that, but I haven't checked it out yet. Anybody here who's been playing Zero Space? How is it? Nobody? Okay. I hope that game turns out to be awesome. I am a little tired of beta testing games at the moment. I feel like I've been doing that quite a bit this year. But maybe Zero Space will turn out to be awesome, you know? Like so far, Stormgate has been decent, but not great. Battle Aces has been really good, but it's got that monetization thing going where everybody's like, I don't know if we like that. Zero Space is another very promising game, no? Yeah, exactly, Eliminator. I get a lot of companies reaching out, and they're like, hey, do you want to test our game? We have no budget available, but please spend time testing our game. I'm like, like you can't stream it, by the way. Here's an NDA. Please sign these 17 legal documents, and then you be a free beta tester. Like, that is not Zero Space. Zero Space hasn't done that, but I have had several games do that to me. And I'm like, bro, why? Like, what is, why would I spend hours doing free work for a game that's not finished? Like, it's become very common in the gaming industry. And I get that, like, there's a lot of value in having, you know, people test your game, but... I've done a lot of it in the past. I'm just a little, I don't know, turned off by free beta testing these days. Yeah, do this for free and don't show anyone else. That's basically it, man. I don't know. I'm kind of fed up with it. But, you know, I would check out Zero Space. But there's so many games of it. They just try to get people to check out the games. Base coating the little warp stones again. What's up, Diabolical? Sounds kinky. Trying to base coat the warp stones in this section. It's a little bit tricky because some of them are super hard to see. And they're also very tiny. There's one peeping out right over here, for example. Gotta be careful I don't accidentally paint on the beard. That should be okay. I'll probably do like 2 base coats. Okay. Not terrible. Let's add a little bit of rust to the chainmail. Do it for free and don't show it to anybody else. Mate, there's a lot of that in the gaming industry. And I get it too, because like it's a lot of indie developers, right? Like companies that don't have large budgets. And they do want people to test their games. And I used to do a lot of that, but I don't know, man. There's only so many hours in a day. Not to be an esports diva or anything, but you know, like say you're a system administrator, right? And you really like being a system administrator. And there's like another IT company across the road that's like, bro, don't you love system administrating? Would you like to reboot our network? And you're like, you know, it's not that I don't want to, but also here's all this paperwork that we're gonna have you, you know, read out and you know, yeah, it is not very fun. Oh, there's actually a tiny little rock over here. What's up, Shiny? Good afternoon. Yep, Johnny. Yeah, it's insane. What do you think, Shiny? I've been painting in the metallics. I'm very happy, especially with that that coppery chainmail part. We're doing some warp stones. The same for the shoulder pads. I think the shoulder pads are looking pretty cool. I added a little bit of a squaling to make it look like there's some dented nastiness on all of the large sections there. And I've painted in the warp stones on the back. Painting and and watching cat fights. We have been watching cat fights too. Okay, let's use a little bit more of the bright green here to make sure that we have a bit more into the recessed sections before I add the second coat of the Angel's green. I want this as well to run into some of these tiny little areas. I don't actually want it over here. Okay. thinking I'm gonna add a little bit more of the diluted rust to the shoulder pads now. I'm liking the way that this looks, but I still think we need a little bit of rust effect in there. A little bit of a stronger rust effect than what we had the first time around. Okay, same for the other side. Especially in the corners. Into that little crack.